What's going on, everybody? This is the Nerdy Jock. If you're watching this, I want to give you my sincere thanks. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Happy draft day. So, um, I just want to go through real quick, look at the draft, give my just quick opinion on each pick. Now, just I want to make it very clear on how I look at the draft and how I analyze it. I go based on team need. Is the position something of need? That the position makes sense. Like, I give you a very good example. The Atlanta Falcons, when they picked or they actually traded up for Julio Jones, great receiver, amazing talent, but did they need a receiver? No, they needed defense. So great player. I mean, he's gonna get at least a conversation to get in the Hall of Fame, but did they need that right then and there? No, they didn't. That's how I analyze a draft. Did you pick in a position of need that's going to help your team? Um, so I mean, the worst kept secret. Las Vegas picks. Um, Fernando Mendoza with Ashton Genty. Bowers, just Max Crosby coming back, the guard they got from Baltimore. I think this is a really good pick. I think the quarterback of the future. He has a chance to really be something special, and I always liked the Raiders. I just like Al Davis and how eccentric and over the top he was. Sometimes he was a little much, but you know what? If nothing else, he was always entertaining. Rest in peace, Al Davis. But I'm happy. I'm happy with that pick. I think they're going in a very positive direction, especially Kubrick. Um, there now, I think he has the potential to be a great head coach. So number two, the Jets. They picked the edge from Texas Tech, David Bailey. I don't know much about the kid. Welcome to being a loser in the NFL because you went to a loser franchise and organization. I'm not going to waste my breath um, and my precious time on this earth talking about the Jets. Number three, Jeremiah Love to the Arizona Cardinals. You ever know someone who you go to the house, they barely have any food. You see the bills piled up on like the counter, all overdue. Um, they never have any money, but they got brand new $250 pair of Jordans on their feet. They wear a nice new shirt, Gucci and the brand names. But everything else in life is a fucking mess. That's the Cardinals. You're gonna pick a running back, great running back. Maybe he's a generational talent, but you go pick a running back. You don't have a quarterback. I would dare anyone name me a defensive player from the Cardinals. Any position, D line, linebacker, anyone in the secondary. Name me someone from the defense. Just one. Okay, that's what I thought. I have no doubt Jeremiah Love's gonna be a good running back. But just like the Julio Jones analogy I gave earlier, that's not a position they needed. That's not a position of need right now for them. Some franchises are jokes, and you know what? The jokes for a reason. Next, the Tennessee Titan pick, Ohio State, Cornell Tate, wide receiver. That's a good pick. They have the quarterback. The quarterback really was frustrated. You can tell by his language and his demeanor. He was frustrated last year. So they needed some help. They needed someone that can, be his Jerry Rice, his Terrell Owens, his Randy Moss, his Raymond Berry, his um, Lynn Swan. Just he needed someone who can be that Lance Allworth for him. Just that reliable receiver. Now, is this kid gonna be a Hall of Famer? I mean, who the hell knows? But um, he's talented. I think if he can get a good rapport with their young quarterback, that can blossom into something special. So I like the pick. Giants. Arvell Reese, Ohio State linebacker. I love the pick. I think it was Mel Kiper. Fuck Mel Kiper, by the way. I think it was Mel Kiper who had the Giants picking Jeremiah Love, which we don't know if they would or not at this point. I mean, he wasn't there. They had them picking Jeremiah Love, and with the second pick, picking a wide receiver. Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you pick a running back when you have Scatterboo? Why would you pick a receiver? I mean, has Neighbors been like you could literally take Neighbors' face and put it in a dictionary next to injury prone. But when he's healthy, he's a good receiver. So that was the stupidest mock draft. Fuck Mel Kiper. I like this pick. Linebacker, we need someone, we need that Antonio Pierce, that Michael Strahan, that especially with Dexter Jackson leaving for Cincinnati, we need that presence on the defense, and I think he'll be that dog in the locker room. I like this pick. Mansour Delane, LSU cornerback, went to Kansas City. I like that pick. They need help in the secondary. You got Mendoza now and Las Vegas. Speaking of LA, you got Herbert, and you have Bo Nix in Denver. You need to be able to protect, play the pass. And with this kid, hopefully, he should be talented enough where he can do that. I like the pick. I love this pick. Washington picks Sonny Styles, linebacker from Ohio State. I love that pick. For those who are my age, we remember London Fletcher as the poor man's Ray Lewis. He was the unheralded, underappreciated middle linebacker for the Redskins for years. And that's big shoes to hand to Sonny Styles. That's a lot of potential to put onto him. But if he can be as good as he was in college, they have a great young, linebacker who played many years. London Fletcher played, I think like almost 2 decades in the NFL. Great player, by the way. Deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So, hopefully they got this generation's London Fletcher, who can be an anchor for the defense for years to come. Pick number 8 is New Orleans, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver. Why are you picking a wide receiver? Like, why? You have all these edge rushers, offensive tackles, all these other positions that are more valuable this high at a pick this high. You can pick up a wide receiver. I guess. The kid they have down there, they seem to like him. He did pretty decent last year. But why? Get a receiver later. Get this young quarterback a tackle, or get him an edge rusher on the defense to take some pressure off the team, to take the pressure off the offense to have to score so many points. Like, I don't know. Number 9, the Browns. Spencer, is it Fano? Fano? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Utah offensive tackle. I don't know. I mean, I like it. My personal opinion has always been this: first round of the draft, pick this high. You pick quarterback, edge rusher, tackle. Um, After that, I mean, if it's someone that you think could be a generational talent, a Deion Sanders, a Jerry Rice, a Adrian Peterson, a Ray Lewis, a Warren Sapp, you go for it. But again, that's having the luxury of having hindsight. No one knew these players were going to be as good as they were going to be when they drafted them. Like I said, quarterback, offensive line, mainly tackle, and edge rusher. So I like to pick. I mean, who the hell's a quarterback? I mean, is it Deion's kid? Maybe. But overall, I like to pick. This pick I love. Francis um, Magua. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Offensive tackle from Miami by the Giants at pick 10. The pick that they got when they sent Jackson over to Cincinnati. I love this pick. I love this pick. Offensive tackle. Get some help on that line. This kid is. This kid is. I saw him ranked number one of ranked or saw him when he ranked the offensive tackles in this draft. I see some people put him number one. I never saw him lower than 2 or 3. So this is a great pick by the Giants. I love that. Number 11, Cowboys. Caleb Downs, Ohio State safety. Kind of high for a safety. I mean, don't get me wrong. They needed help on the defense. That was obvious. That was so obvious last year. They needed help defensively. Caleb Downs may be the best DB, or at least the best safety in the draft. So I don't hate it. I think it's fine. Dolphins. Caden Proctor, Alabama offensive tackle. I mean, good pick. Offensive tackle. The game is won and lost in the trenches. It is won and lost in the trenches. I believe that wholeheartedly. So a team trying to build up the trenches on their team, I would never criticize them negatively for that. I think that's a good solid pick. Whether your quarterback moving forward is the what's the kid name from Green Bay that they've got? Anyway, whether it's him or somebody else in the future, at least you have a tackle there. As your left tackle, you would at this high you would hope so. So the Rams moved up, got Atlanta's pick. They picked Ty Simpson. This is obviously the Rams. This is obviously the Rams trying to find a successor to Stafford. Stafford's not gonna play forever. Ty Simpson was the second best quarterback in the draft, and let's face it, if anyone can get the very best out of this kid and get him to play at a pro level, it's why do I want to say Kyle Shanahan when I know he's at the head coach of the Rams? Who's the head coach of the Rams? Why am I blanking out? Anyway, watch hour and a half will go by, and his name will be written all over my head. But if anyone can, Sean McVay, Jesus, if anyone can turn his kid into a pro level quarterback, it's Sean McVay. Kyle Shanahan could as well. I mean, I have no doubt if he went to San Francisco, same result. But McVay got him, and if McVay and Shanahan say anything you want about them, they know how. Look what McVay did with Baker. Look what McVay did with Baker Mayfield. Was like half a season or whatever it was. So he knows quarterbacks. So this is the ideal landing spot for Ty Simpson. Pick number 14. I'm not going to try to pronounce that first name. I can't. Last name is Lone. Penn State offensive guard. Replacing what you lost when what's his name went over to Las Vegas. I'm not mad at it. I think it's a good pick, a solid pick. Again, I'll never be against solidifying the trenches. I'm a firm believer. Get those trenches solidified. Get them to be the best they can be. Football's, listen, it is Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Tyreek Hill, Jerry Rice, Michael Irving. Are they getting the popularity points? Are they getting the hot blondes with the big tits? Yeah, absolutely. But they're able to catch those passes, and those quarterbacks are able to drop back and throw as deep as they do down to these guys because of those big fat boys in the trenches, keeping them safe and protecting the blind side. So I'll never ever say don't pick O-line or D-line. I guess I would make a horrible GM because that's all I would pick. At least in the first round. O-line, D-line, that's it. If I need a quarterback, sure, I'll pick a quarterback. But if I had my quarterback, O-line, D-line every year, first round. You could set your watch by it. So I obviously I like to pick. Speaking of O-line, D-line, Ruben Bain Jr. from Miami, edge, goes to Tampa. Solid pick. I like it. Jesus, I hate this team. The Jets pick Oregon tight end, Kenyon Sadiq. I'm sorry, kid. I'm sorry, kid. I'm so fucking sorry that your career is gonna be wasted and your potential will be ruined by playing for such a joke franchise. I'm sorry. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. He went to the worst franchise in all professional sports. It's a joke. It's disgusting that the Jets even considered a pro team. It's so poorly ran. I'm sorry, kid. I wish I could find you right now and give you a hug. Because your career's ruined before it even fucking starts. I'm sorry, kid. I hope your mother or your father or your brother gave you a hug tonight. Because you fucking need it. Anyway, I don't waste my breath on him anymore. Lions. Blake Miller, offensive tackle, Clemson. I've said ad nauseum. I love this pick. Great pick for the Lions. Hey, that's why some teams are always doing well and other teams are the Jets. So congratulations to Blake Miller. I'm sure he's happy to play pretty much anywhere but the Jets right now. Caleb Banks, Florida defensive tackle, goes to Minnesota. I like, okay. Again, build up that D-line. I love it. I think that's a solid pick. The Panthers pick Monroe Freeling, Georgia offensive tackle. I think it's a good pick also because, has anyone, in recent memory improved as much as the kid from Carolina. Like we called him a bust. We were ready to throw him in the same pile as Ryan Leaf and Jamarcus Russell and RG3. Throw him in the bust pile. Playoffs. He made playoffs last year. I like the kid. Yeah, he's small. Okay. That's going to be your critique. Sure. I like him. I'm rooting for him. They get him help on the offensive line, which I love. I have a feeling Bryce Young might take him to the playoffs again this year. I have nothing to go off of that, but I just think they're gonna do well. I'm rooting for this kid. I really am. I hope he continues to do well. Makai Lemon, USC wide receiver, goes to Philadelphia. I like the pick. I like that pick. Obviously, the rumors Brown might be out, so this is a good replacement if he is. Next pick, Pittsburgh, Arizona State, offensive tackle Max. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Arizona State offensive tackle Max. Something. Is it Ihenacker? I probably butchered that name. Listen, you can call the Pittsburgh Steelers boring, old-fashioned, played out, whatever. They always pick D-line, O-line, and look. Have they won a Super Bowl lately, or even a playoff game lately? No, but they're always in the playoffs. And this is why. They pick really smart, sound players at smart, sound positions. So I love this pick. I don't know if you heard. The kid that they picked last year, I forget his name, but the quarterback, say he's doing well in camp. No, what else are you going to hear? But they say he's doing well. Number 22, Hakeem Mesidor, Miami edge rusher. It's a very hardball pick. I love that pick. That's why I love the hardballs. Build that defense up. Pick number 23, Dallas, UFC edge rusher, Malaki Lawrence. Am I pronouncing that right? I love that pick. Edge rusher. He seemed like he may have been a little overdraft him a little bit, but you know what? If they feel like this kid fits his system and this kid fits their scheme, 2 defensive players in the first round, I can get on board with that. Pick number 24, Cleveland again. KC Concepcion. Am I saying that right? Texas A&M wide receiver. You picked offensive tackle, trying to build up your offense. I don't hate it. Pick number 25, Chicago, Dylan Thieneman, Oregon safety. I like it. Fits with Chicago's style, defense. the Texans. Kalen Rutledge, Georgia Tech offensive guard. Love that pick. The offensive line obviously needed some help. So they get it here. Definitely like this pick. Miami Chris Johnson, San Diego State, cornerback. Yeah, a solid pick. They definitely needed some help. In terms of, getting their secondary, in order. So, solid pick. The Patriots, number 28, pick Caleb Lamu, Utah offensive tackle. Love that pick. I like that pick. Especially last year, we saw that offensive line was, in the Super Bowl, offensive line was horrible. So they need help for, that kid over there. If he's going to be the long term option at quarterback, which is no reason to think he wouldn't be, they got to protect that kid. This is a great pick. Number 29, Clemson, defensive tackle. Peter Woods goes to Kansas City. Like that pick. I like that pick a lot. Is this another New York Jets? Jesus. Omar Cooper Jr., Indiana receiver. Someone needs to get that kid a hug too. It should be illegal for the Jets to have this many picks in the first round. Who did this? Man, who did this? You've ruined these kids' careers. It's a joke. Keldrick Falk, Auburn, edge rusher, goes to Tennessee, the Titans. And finally, pick number 32, last pick of the draft. Jadarian Price, Notre Dame running back. I mean, look, when you're the Seahawks and you won a Super Bowl and you bring back most of your team, and the only major player you really lost was Walker, who was your running back, and you basically replace him with another running back. I don't have a problem with it. The Seahawks don't really have any holes. Really good offensive line, a great defense. I have no issues with this pick. Overall, the draft I think was really good. A lot of smart picks, a lot of edge rushers, offensive tackles. But for real though, who gave the Jets 3 picks in the first round? Like these poor kids. I mean, Jesus. But anyway, I think the first round was really good. I saw a couple players there that I'm like, did they get overdrafted? Did they pick him a little too high? But then again, if you pick in a player that you think can fit your scheme and your coach can take and plug and play, everything's subjective. Well, who's a girl that's beautiful to you may be average to me, and vice versa. So we all have our own taste. We all have our own wants and needs. Except the Jets, fuck them. They're a joke. They should be barred from ever, having this many picks in the first round. They shouldn't have ruined this many young lives. Everything else, I think the draft is good. I think let's take a quick look at tomorrow, the second round. So let's see. Okay, so second round, let's go there. So first pick of the second round is actually San Francisco, who didn't have a first round pick. And it goes Cardinals, Bills, Vegas, New York, Houston, Cleveland, Kansas City, Cincinnati, um, New Orleans, Miami. Gee, the Jets again? Who did this happen? Baltimore, Tampa, Indianapolis, Atlanta, um, Minnesota, Detroit, Carolina, Green Bay, Steelers, Eagles, Chargers, Jacksonville, Chicago, San Francisco again, Chicago, Houston, Chicago, Rams, the Broncos, the Pats, and of course the Seahawks. I'm sure I'll see some trades up and down, so I'm sure it'll change. But I'm excited to see what San Francisco does. I love Raheem Morris. I would love to see them get him a young defensive player to do something with. I'm so excited to see him as a defensive coordinator. He's such a great DC. But yeah, so that's the first round. It was appalling that the Jets had 3 picks. If you know any of those players that were picked in the first round by the Jets, give them a call. Tell them that you love them, that you're sorry. Give them your condolences. For everyone else, I mean, I'm excited what next year brings. I'm excited for the new NFL season, and um, I don't know if I'll be able to do one tomorrow for the second and third round. I might do one Monday or Tuesday, just looking at some other major picks that happen throughout the next couple of days. I'm gonna go from there. Well, if you guys are watching, thank you so much. This is a Nerdy Jock. I'd love to hear your uh, thoughts on everything, and we'll see you guys next time.